Hello everyone. Welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. GH spoilers. Willow planned Drew's shooting perfectly. Knew Michael would be blamed? General Hospital, GH spoilers reveal that Drew Kane, Cameron Matheson, survived 2 gunshots to his back. He is a tough hombre, and someone wanted him gone. The list is long, however, complicating matters for the PCPD. There could be an excellent reason to suspect Willow Tate, Caitlin McMullen, and we have those clues for you right here. Did Willow orchestrate Drew's shooting? A couple of red flags point to Willow as the shooter. She may have wanted him dead, but she also had motive to frame Michael Corinthos, Rory Gibson, for the crime. The PCPD's finest, Anna Devane, Finola Hughes, Harrison Chase, Josh Swickard, and Dante Falconeri, Dominic Zamprogna, have Michael on the suspect list. There are others, like Willow and Curtis Ashford, Donnell Turner, but Drew intends to frame Michael. One of the biggest clues about Willow's potential involvement is that she was soaking wet after Drew's shooting and it was pouring when he was shot. Mom comes through for Willow. Secondly, Nina Reeves, Cynthia Watrose, lied and said she and Willow were walking together, thus providing an alibi for herself and her daughter. That's not true. Third, Willow was over the top when she was told about Drew's shooting. She is a nurse trained to remain calm in situations like this, so it's a little sus that she had such an overreaction. But it makes sense if she was trying to sell the fact that she was distraught. Drew survived the attempt on his life. Is Willow capable of such deceit? She sure is. She had the nerve to stalk a helpless newborn and has been volatile lately. She slapped a doctor and get overheated with Nina in the September 16, 2025 episode. During the AP, Willow lashed out at her mom and even made a threat against her. In the midst of her fury, Willow yelled that Nina has cost her everything. Then she said that it might be time for Nina to lose everything, too. Nina was stunned and we don't blame her. What happens next in PC? If Willow was behind the shooting, the irony is that a clueless Drew can only think about how he can help her. Arrogant Drew would never suspect that Willow would try to kill him. And yet that would be silly because of all the damage he's caused her. Plus, Willow knows that Drew would blame Michael, thus putting her out of harm's way. Port Charles has seen its share of jaw-dropping betrayals, but few could rival the possibility that sweet, angelic Willow Tate Corinthos might not be as innocent as she appears. For years, Willow has been portrayed as the gentle teacher, the loyal wife, and the mother who put her children first. But what if behind those soft smiles and whispered reassurances lies a calculated mind, quietly plotting her way out of a marriage, and into freedom from the Quartermain web? According to explosive General Hospital spoilers, a sinister theory is gaining traction. Willow may have orchestrated Drew Kane's shooting all along, and in doing so, she ensured that her husband Michael Corinthos would take the fall. A carefully laid trap. Drew's recent shooting rocked the Quartermain and Corinthos families. At first glance, it seemed like another random attack in the mob-heavy world of Port Charles, or perhaps a rival gunning for Sonny's allies. But the details don't quite add up. For one thing, Drew had been at odds with Michael over ELQ business. Michael wanted one thing, Drew another, and the boardroom tension was bleeding into their personal lives. Meanwhile, Willow was caught in the middle, trying to keep the peace, or so everyone thought. But imagine if Willow was quietly tired of living as Michael's peacemaker. Maybe she'd grown resentful of being stuck between her husband's ambitions and his loyalty to Sonny. Maybe she realized that with Drew gone, Michael would look like the perfect suspect. The Quartermain infighting, the business rivalry, and Michael's hot temper would all point in one direction. And who would be standing quietly in the background, sympathetic and unassuming, while everyone else pointed fingers? Willow herself. Motive hidden in plain sight. The biggest question is why? What would drive Willow to such a dark turn? Spoilers suggest several motives may be at play. Resentment toward Michael. Michael has always put himself in the middle of Sonny's battles, his mother Carly's dramas, and ELQ power struggles. Willow, who once sought a quiet life of teaching and nurturing, might feel invisible in his chaotic world. By framing Michael, she gains the ultimate release. Freedom from the marriage without having to initiate a messy divorce. Financial security. If Michael goes down for attempted murder, Willow remains in control of her role as Wiley and Amelia's mother. She could potentially wield influence over ELQ shares through her children, ensuring her financial stability. Revenge against Drew. Though she once viewed Drew as an ally, Drew may have represented everything Willow despises, loyalty to Carly and Michael above all else, manipulation disguised as family devotion, and blind adherence to Quartermain games. Removing him from the equation meant removing a thorn in her side. Her own secret agenda. What if Willow isn't as healed from her leukemia as she's led everyone to believe? Perhaps she's been hiding a grim prognosis, and with limited time, she's decided to secure her children's futures her way, even if it means bloodying her own hands. Job. Here's where Willow's brilliance, or chilling ruthlessness, may shine. The timing. Drew was shot shortly after a heated disagreement with Michael, ensuring suspicions would naturally fall on him. The weapon. If police recover evidence linking Michael to the gun, it could be because Willow planted it. She's had access to their home, his belongings, and enough medical knowledge to avoid leaving DNA traces. The witnesses. Rumors swirl that a shadowy figure was seen fleeing the scene. Could it have been Willow herself, disguised and careful enough to keep her identity hidden? Willow's reputation as the last person who would ever harm anyone makes her the perfect perpetrator. Who would suspect the soft-spoken nurse, the doting mother, the woman who spent years fighting cancer with grace? The answer is no one, which is exactly why her plan works. Cracks in the facade. Still, soap justice always finds a way to bring secrets to light. Spoilers tease that someone in Port Charles might soon notice cracks in Willow's seemingly perfect facade. Nina Reeves. As much as Willow despises her mother, Nina has a knack for sniffing out lies. If Willow slips, even slightly, Nina may piece together a truth too shocking for anyone else to believe. Sonny Corinthos. Sonny has always had protective instincts toward Michael. If Sonny thinks his son is being framed, he'll dig until he uncovers who's really behind Drew's shooting. Brooke Lynn Quartermain. Never underestimate Brooke Lynn. With her sharp tongue and sharper instincts, she may overhear something that points toward Willow's involvement. Jason Morgan. Jason's return could be the ultimate wild card. If anyone can connect the dots, it's Jason. His loyalty to Michael and Drew would make him relentless in finding the real culprit. The fallout. If this theory proves true, the fallout will be catastrophic. Michael would be blindsided not just by his wife's betrayal, but by the realization that he never really knew her at all. Willow's carefully cultivated image as the moral compass of Port Charles would be shattered. The Quartermains would be horrified. Carly would explode with rage. And Sonny, already stretched thin with enemies circling, would have to confront the fact that the biggest betrayal came from inside his own family. The true tragedy would be the impact on Wiley and Amelia. Imagine the heartbreak of those children learning their mother orchestrated a crime that nearly cost their uncle his life and left their father framed for attempted murder. A dark new chapter. If General Hospital pulls the trigger on this storyline, it would be one of the most shocking twists in recent years. The writers have often painted Willow as saintly, but soap operas thrive on tearing down halos. Viewers who once rooted for her could find themselves gasping as she morphs into a master manipulator hiding in plain sight. And let's face it, the most beloved villains are the ones no one sees coming. Willow's descent into darkness could redefine her character, fueling years of drama to come. She could become Port Charles's newest femme fatale, a quiet schemer whose soft smile hides the sharpest knife of all. Bottom line? Drew's shooting may not be as random, or mob-related, as it first appeared. If Willow really planned it, she did so with chilling precision, knowing exactly who would be blamed, her own husband. And if the truth ever comes out, the fallout could burn the Corinthos and Quartermain empires to the ground.